prosecutor, Ron Welch's office.
Yeah, may I speak to Ron Welch, please?
Who's calling?
You can refer to me as Brandon.
Brandon?
Yes.
Okay, and he'll know who you are?
I have no idea. I don't know what he knows and what he doesn't.
What's your last name?
I'd prefer not to give the last name. That's the last name of the trust that I'm associated with. I prefer not to give that.
Okay. One moment, please.
Thank you.
This is Ron Welch.
Yeah, hi. Do you mind if I refer to you as Ron?
No, that's fine.
Hi, Ron. This is Brandon. How are you doing today?
Good.
I've got a situation I wanted to bring to your attention in case you're not already aware of it. I had a conversation with Michael Hughes, one of the assistant prosecutors in your office. You're aware of who that is, right?
Yes.
I had a conversation with him about 2 weeks ago or so now about a document that he had created and used. I'm not sure how to characterize it. I was having a trustee of mine pick up some property from the Zanesville Police Department, and for some reason, Donald Bates over at the Zanesville Police Department made Michael Hughes a part of the property release. And in the process of that, Michael Hughes had created a fraudulent document and submitted it, gave it to Donald Bates over at the Zanesville Police Department, in which Donald Bates, admitted to me that he was just doing what he was told by presenting the document that Michael Hughes had created to my trustee. Supposedly, according to them, both of them, as part of the requirements to release the property. Now, I've looked into this a little bit, and so far, creating fraudulent documents, especially fraudulent affidavits, is a pretty serious offense. But I wanted to make sure, because you are, to my knowledge, you're his direct boss or supervisor, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, yeah, so I wanted to make sure that you were aware of it. Plus the fact that in the conversation, we had talked about, Michael Hughes and I had talked about the experience that I had through a series of court proceedings and hearings due to some charges that were filed against me back in 2021. And some of the details of the case and the fact that he ignored some exculpatory evidence, which is a violation of the Brady Rule, as well as using an inept and incompetent jury that didn't know some of the definitions of the basic words. And in fact, one of the main words of the one of the more serious of charges, they didn't know the definition of the word. They proved that by asking the court to provide them a definition of the word obstruct, because they didn't know what it meant. So, I wanted to bring this to your attention. I have the conversation recorded. I posted it to my YouTube channel for easy access. You're more than welcome to go review the conversation if you would like. The YouTube channel, if you would like, it is titled Exhibited Meat. It's exhibited like an exhibit in a court case, but past tense with the ED, and then the word meat, M-E-A-T. Both words are capitalized. The first letter is only capitalized. The rest of the letters are not. And it should be the either the last or second to last recorded conversation that I had posted. In fact, the title has Michael Hughes' name in it.
Okay.
So the conversation lasted approximately about 50 minutes or so, but it has some serious implications based on what I've researched so far and what I've looked into. Not only is it a violation of state law, but federal law as well, and the Constitution, among other things. And like I mentioned, the Brady Rule, and there's some other violations. But I'm not going to expect you to speak on his behalf or on the situation without becoming more privy to the situation. So if you wanted to go ahead and listen to that conversation, And then if you want to give me a call back, we can have a discussion on how to move forward.
I guess I'd need to know a little more detail about the case so I can look the case up.
Okay. The case number is CR 2021 hyphen, I believe it was 340 or 0340. I can't recall.
Okay, and you were the defendant in that case?
Yeah, I was forced to be the defendant, yes. I wasn't given a choice. I tried to explain to them that as a living being, I'm only able to present myself. I can't represent myself, but Kelly Cottrell, and all the other officers of the court didn't want to hear what I had to say, nor did they want to pay attention to my affidavits that I filed.
And what was your last name?
That's actually the last name of the trust. If you're asking for the last name, it denotes the trust that was created upon the birth registration. I'd prefer not to give that because I don't want to contract with you. What you can look up, you can get the information from the case documents. And the other thing with that too, all of that information was stolen from me because I didn't voluntarily provide the information, the identification, if you will. So I was forced through that process, and I'll leave it at that. I'll let you listen to the conversation. You can look up the case details, the docket information. You can review the affidavits, the true affidavits that I filed into the case. And apparently, because of Michael Hughes' inability to understand what an affidavit is, either willfully or unwillfully, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that's why there was some issues with him not understanding my affidavits and paying attention to them that I filed, that I created and endorsed and so forth. If he's passing fraudulent affidavits, maybe that's why he didn't pay attention to mine, and maybe that's why he paid attention to the fraudulent affidavit that was provided by the detective from the Zanesville Police Department. But yeah, if you want to take a look into the case, then we can have a further discussion. At this point, it's definitely a how should I say? I definitely have grounds under Title 42, 1983, for deprivation of rights under color of law, among others. I'm kind of making tallying a list here of federal law violations that were committed during the proceedings and that whole debacle, if you will. So, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. We can discuss this further. I want to make sure that you have time to make yourself aware of the full situation, become aware of the case. I mean, you should be already, but it happened a while ago, so I would understand that you probably not, have it off the top of your head right now. And then, of course, listen to the conversation, because once you listen to the conversation and Michael Hughes' response to my questions, it's quite concerning that an assistant prosecuting attorney doesn't know what a affidavit is, or is willfully passing off fraudulent affidavits. That's a serious concern.
Well, I will look at the file. I will review the information. I'll speak with Mr. Hughes, and if there is anything I believe is out of the ordinary or regular, I will certainly give you a call back.
All right, yeah, definitely. You can call me back at the number if you have it on your caller ID ending in 7028.
I do not. What is the number?
It can be reached at 740-868-7028.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, bye.